What is up, everyone? Tim here again with Pennies and Pull Tabs, and we have some more errors, varieties, and interesting coins. Alright, so first we're going to start out with this 1963 Denver, and on the back, I showed this one in my last coin roll hunt. You can see right there in the middle there's kind of a little bit of what looks like something going on, and if you kind of take a little bit closer look all the way up and down, it looks like there's something going on with this coin. Let's take a closer look and see what it looks like underneath the scope. And you can see up here at the top edge, we'll start right here and we'll kind of work our way down. You see right there in front of like unum, where it's got a little bit of looks like cracking and flaking all the way down to the monument. This is the part I noticed first, because you can see this part without any kind of magnification pretty good. And it goes all the way down, continues down through one. You can see a little bit. If we come over to this side, right underneath cent, it's doing the same thing, kind of up. Not quite as bad in some places. You see all these little cracks going all the way back up through the monument, all the way up to the top near the rim. So this whole middle section is like one big flake that's stuck on there, it looks like. Alright, I did find some information on lamination peel errors. Let me show y'all what that looks like. Alright, so here we are again at error-ref.com. If you've watched any of these series, I frequent this website often. They have a lot of good information on here. And as always, I'll leave a link down in the description to any of the websites we visit during this episode. Alright, so lamination cracks. Lamination errors are planchet errors in which the surface of a coin cracks and flakes. It is generally believed that lamination errors are caused by contaminants in the alloy that cause the metal to separate along the horizontal plane. Lamination errors can develop before or after the strike. They are generally restricted to solid alloy coins. So this one only had a picture of one lamination crack on this website. I did find another website, which is this minterrors.org, and under their little section of amazing lamination error coins, they had some close-up pictures kind of as examples. And this one you can see the flake is missing. And then here's one that's similar to ours, sort of. It has some cracks around the edges of the flake, like it's going to come off. And then this one, it has some of the peeling already, and some of the pieces are missing, but you can see some other areas where they're not missing. And most of ours is still there. There's a few little spots, though, that look like maybe they're missing a little piece in between the cracks. Just like little pieces here and there wherever it's cracked at. And we do have cracks all the way up and down, so yeah, there's just flakes everywhere on this, like it's the whole backside has a lamination error on it. Alright, so I'm pretty sure that's what we have here. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Alright, so next is this 1972 Denver, and you can see right above his head up here we have a little something going on. I thought this was a die break when I first saw it. There's a lot of those spiked head die breaks that you see, and it's not really anything going on the back, just normal wear. Let's take a closer look so we can see what is actually happening up here on top of this one. Alright, so here's the 1972 Denver under the scope, and here is the spot. At first I thought this was a die crack, but then I got to looking at it. It looks more like it's kind of a crack in the top layer of the coin or something. Kind of like a lamination peel like the last one we were looking at. So maybe that's what it is. Let me show you all some information to maybe come to this conclusion. Alright, so here we are on the website cudsoncoins.com, and this is a really good website. They have a lot of stuff telling you about things that could possibly be going on in your coins. And we want to be on this page. And this is the split dies on 1 cent coins page. And you can see this is some of the older coins with split dies. And split die is pretty much where there's a crack in the die. So like a cracked die or split die is kind of the same thing. The metal fills the crack, so they all have a raised area where the metal, this one you can see really good. And if you look at ours just doesn't have that. Back to this website, error-ref.com, and we're back to where we were on the last coin, the lamination cracks. And the one example they do have does look a whole lot like what we have. Leave a comment, let me know what y'all think. This is a copper coin, this is a 72, so yeah, just let me know. Alright, so here's a 1986 Denver, and if we flip it over here, I noticed when I was looking at it, there's this little piece above this T right here. I wasn't exactly sure what that is. I'm still not sure if I'm 100% positive what it is, but let's take a look at it a little bit closer and see if we could tell anything about it. So here's the 1986 Denver we were looking at, and this is that little piece that was over the T. I thought at first maybe it was something, maybe it was like a broke die or something like that, but it's just in one little spot. It's not really connected to anything. It's kind of in the open. I don't think those happen too often unless they're usually attached to the rim or some other piece of the design. I'm flipping it right here because you can kind of see the different light angles. That sometimes it looks more sharp than others, and sometimes it looks more bubbly, which is making me think that it's probably a plating blister. And you can see there's a little one right there. in the center of the screen. That is definitely a plating blister. And there's a little bit of blisters back and forth. There's one right there in the end. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be a plating blister. And I've gone over plating blisters before, but I'll show y'all again real quick. Y'all want to check it out. Alright, so here we are on Error-Ref.com again. We had one of these last time. To sum up what it is, it only occurs on copper plated zinc cents, and it's where the copper plate and the zinc plate separate from the heat and pressure when it gets struck. And there has to be a weak spot there to begin with for it to happen. So I'm pretty sure this is what this one is too. You can kind of see the little bit of bubbled areas in places, and it's just not attached to anything, which makes me think, and here's the pictures we looked at last time also, and this one's very similar to kind of what we have right here, just smaller. Alright, and our last coin is this 2019 Denver, and I'm pretty sure this is a struck through debris error, and you can see it right there. I mean, you don't need magnification for this one, but we will take a closer look at it. And there's nothing on the back. It's very, very shallow, so it wasn't big enough to push all the way through and put anything on the back, I don't think. Let's take a closer look at it so you guys can see it better up close. And this is what we were looking at on this coin. I'm pretty sure this is a struck through error, and I kind of found a little bit of information. I'll show y'all that. One thing is that I don't see any like extra metal that's been scraped off or pushed off to the side like you do when you see a scratch on there. But let me show you all the little bit of stuff I found. I'm going to have to send some pictures of this to somebody and get them to check it out and see what they think. And if it changes after this video, I'll update y'all and let y'all know. Alright, so here we are on Error-Ref.com again. This is the struck through string section, and it's pretty much a coin struck through cordage, string, thread, or some other twisted or multiple filament fiber. They don't have a whole lot of pictures, they just have these two, and that looks like a piece of string was on there. That looks like maybe a piece of cloth. Also, if you go back a page, they also have metal dust, shavings, cloth, and wire, and they all pretty much kind of say the same thing. Different obstructions can find their way into the striking chamber. Cloth material is one, and it will leave a very distinct weave pattern. But this is for like whole pieces of cloth. I think what we might have might be closer to like a piece of string, or it might be a small piece of fabric. I did find some more examples on this website, minterrornews.com, and if you go down here, there's several of them, but this one looks pretty close. This is on a Kennedy half dollar, but if you look at the picture and compare it to ours, I mean, you kind of see some similarities. This says struck through twine, and it kind of looks the same. There looks like there's maybe a piece of something right there, and then the rest of it maybe was unraveling a little. I'm not sure. Leave a comment and let me know what y'all think about this one, what y'all think it might be, if I might be wrong. Alright, that's everything. And please let me know what y'all think about these in the comments. And also, if you like this video, please consider leaving a like. And we will see you in the next one of these or the next coin roll hunt. And we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.